Have somebody ever tried to preach to you when you're going through a lot of stuff and you're like, see, I know.
Can you not? This is like the last thing I want to hear. Hi, welcome to the second episode of Confessions of a Church Girl. This is Trina Story, your host, and I'm just going to take this opportunity to say thank you for the love you showed in the last episode. It was so beautiful to see the likes, the comments, the suggestions, the contributions, everything has been taken. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Now, on this episode, we're going to be talking about Christians, stroke church girls, stroke church boys, and shege. In layman terms, Christianity and how we deal with our times, how Christians deal with our times. And today on the show, I'm not doing it alone. I have someone with me that will be doing it together, a fellow church girl, fellow sister in the house of the Lord. And it's going to be an eye-opening episode. It's going to be really enlightening. So grab your popcorn, grab your juice, your coffee, tea, whatever it is you want to use. Enjoy as I bring you my guest and as we'll be going deep into this episode. Wait, have you liked? Just like it already. Have you subscribed? Please. I'll be right back. So today I have Elizabeth with me. I feel like if you know me or you don't know Elizabeth, that'll be a bit strange. Anyways, so introduce yourself briefly.
My name is Elizabeth Raimi. So you can call me Chef Lee.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Confessions of a Church Girl. So basically today we're going to be talking about Christians and how they deal with hard times. How do church girls deal with shege? How do you deal with the situations? I'm sure you've had your shares of shege.
I'm still going through a lot right now.
No, that's the spirit. Okay, so when you are in those times, when you are in those trying times, when you feel like the world is about to end, what exactly goes through your mind? How exactly do you look at God? Are you like, God, are you still there? Or how exactly do you feel? What's your reaction when you're going through hard times?
I think for me, it's probably 3 stages. First, you know the word and everything, and just be like, the devil, you're a liar, the word of God, you're attacking. After but the Holy Spirit is just looking at you that, well done, my child.
I'm rooting for you. I'm proud of you.
The next stage, you begin to ask God, like, God, I thought
I get you. I thought I'd prayed about this. What's going on?
And then the third stage, you see, anything that wants should just happen. Let me just hang in there. Anything that God wants to do, make it do at this time. So I think for me, it's just like 3 stages.
I think I can agree to that. I feel like it's like that for everyone because, when God has promised you that He will provide for you and that day comes and you don't see the credit alert, you're like, I would not give it to the devil. The devil cannot derail me. The Lord will provide for me according to His riches in glory. You will just be declaring this word. And the next minute, you're like, go on. What's going on? And before that last time, I feel like another thing that stands out for me is, remembering that at the end of the day, this has happened in the past.
Yes, yeah. I think I agree with that because in the past, you just be like, if I can go through, that last. The thing is, when you believe in God at first, you're not sure of a lot of things. As God is taking you through the process one by one, you begin to realize that, okay, this time I thought He was not going to show up. Then you don't really trust Him, and He will just show up and He will just give you this confidence. So later, when you pray and it's not like really coming through,
it's like God is not listening.
You just tell yourself that at this point, at least He said He loves me. He will just He will come through for me. You know that? I mean,
what is that one thing that keeps you through that process? Like, what is that thing that keeps you sane? We say this word, church girls or Christians generally, we say this word on social media that we don't know how people that don't have God, we don't know how they survive. Because if you don't have God, like if I don't have God, I don't craze, I don't mate right now. I don't know, like if God is not involved in my adult life, I'm wondering how I'm going to like stay sane and everything. So what is that one? God is like, God shows up, God has like different promises. What is that one thing that you hold on to that, okay, for this reason, I'm still going to keep my sanity?
I think for everybody, we all indulge. Like the people of the world, the truth is that surviving and they're still going through shit. So for them, they will probably indulge in drugs, indulge in movies, look for somebody to do you understand all of those things? But for us, we don't have that option anyways. So for me, what do I do? The truth is, there's no manual to going through shigi. There's like you don't get to know how it's going to end. It's the beginning and then yes, it will show you like you're going to be great and everything. But when you start going through it, all you just has to do is like it's going to be there with you. And I think for me that's one word that is constant for me. Like no matter how difficult it gets, I know that God is there with me. Like I might not understand. God might not be giving you one big word that my daughter might not. In fact, if you can pray, you can pray because
exactly.
there are times you will not even be able to pray.
See, I feel like it's in stages when it's still shaking. or Shege Pro. But when you get to Shege Pro Max, in fact, they will be leading prayer beside you. You'll be eating, and you are still a child of God.
Have somebody ever tried to preach to you when you are going through a lot of stuff and you're like, I know.
Can you not? This is like the last thing I want to hear, especially if they are words that you've told other people in the past. Words that are always like your mantra.
Because you know.
No, like I know this word, but please, not right now. Don't even go there.
Like you're just like, I need something and a big reassurance and everything. And the truth is, the Holy Spirit is just there for you. Like, I mean, you might not really see it, but He has a way of sending things to you. He will just, when you are just all in your mood and everything, He probably sends a word, He probably sends a song, He probably sends somebody to say something reassuring that will just hit you. But the truth is, He will send something. You don't know what it might be, but you know.
And you might not be sensitive enough to notice it. So another thing I'll ask is, those moments, does it kind of negate the promises God has given to you in the past? For example, God has told you that, let's use the perfect example, our father of faith, Father Abraham. God has told him that, you're going to be the father of all nations.
Yes.
And just one child.
Yeah,
just one child he does not have. And he wants to be the father of, not even state, not even local government, father of nation. Ow!
Like, I mean, as if you knew that I was reading Genesis this is like, how was Abraham feeling in those times? He was even saying, count the stars, and as many as the stars. And I'm like, no, you have to be.
I wonder if the Bible time had not passed, if we were like the first heroes of faith. I don't think I will speak for myself because I feel like the perfect timing is what God specializes in, because we have references, we have like the Bible to lead us. So if we're like, Abraham doesn't have Bible, how was he able to just hang on? When we want to use faith to be like, oh, God did it for Abraham, He did it for Isaac. Right now, no, I don't think I can believe that. You said I should count it. How now?
I think for believing in the supremacy of God comes with revelation. You have to get to that point of revelation. So when you now get to that point where, okay, you are not really feeling the wisdom of being a Christian and everything is not,
the body's not,
Holy Spirit's not doing this. So when it comes to that time, the knowledge and the revelation that you have, even if it's not coming to you in words that you can hold, it's there. It just gives you, like, it's like that word has just become a part of you, and it has molded your reaction. You just react. You don't know why, but because that revelation has been a part of you, you just react that way. Honestly,
I feel like one thing that I would say that helps me is the love of God. We're quick to say that we love God, then the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts. It's more like a word of the mouth. It's not, love is not something you can hold. It's not something you can it's not in the physical. So we are so, I feel like it's too fragile that we really don't even live in the reality of it every single time. But we don't know how deep it has gone. Because people will now ask you that, how exactly did you get through? Like, how were you able not to freak out? There are times when, I remember we have conversations out there. I wonder if I was not like a deeply rooted believer. At times like this, I know there are options of things I'm going to do. Now, being a deeply rooted believer does not mean that those options will still not come to mind. It actually came to mind. But I've just gotten to a level of assurance. I've gotten to a level of, even if I'm going to die in this process, I know that, those things, we say it, but it feels like a big deal. That when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were like, oh, if you can kill us if you want to kill us. Our generation will be like, no, our own faith is not that strong. But trust me, it is that strong.
Exactly.
Because how we are able to uphold our integrity, how we are able to uphold our belief system, did we even see God?
I think you have to get to this point where you realize that believing, at first, when you first believe in God, you believe in God because of what He can do for you. But you get to that point where it's not really about what He can do for you.
Exactly.
God will protect you, God will guide you, He'll provide for you. But what if He's not providing for you? People are Christians and believers and are trusting Him. Some people stop believing in God because they feel like God is going to protect their family, and somebody so
Lost
dear to
someone.
them died, and they just believe that God is no more. God is more than that. I mean, Christianity, believer, everything. God is
Beyond
more,
what we
like,
get to receive.
receive from God. Yes, all of those things are there, but
Mm.
believing in God is more than that.
I'm trying to remember the particular one that I would say that, oh, this was the one that broke me totally, and I just feel like, God, you are forsaking me and everything. And it is so hard to pick one because I feel like this thing is very constant.
Yeah, like it comes times, like after one shege.
You get to the end of this and you're like, oh, okay, this is it. God has taken me through this process. Whatever God is trying to build in me, you even get rema at the end of it that God was building.
There's nothing you can face again that you will not be good.
Is that word? Is that word? But after this thing, see, there's nothing anybody can tell me. It's me and God.
It will shock you.
It won't even be far. You might just be 1 week later, you know, be like,
you'll be doing like a learner again.
Hello.
I mean, did you forget?
I thought we're done.
Did you forget that you said you could go through anything?
Oh God.
But the good thing is that as we go through all of those stuff, we know that God is working out something good that is like perseverance, is building our faith to believe for something more, something bigger. Like the things I could believe in the last 5 years is not things I can believe in now, because I have grown. Like those difficult times actually made me grow. And
another thing that helps us as believers is we know that, the Bible says that comfort with others, the comfort which you have received. So I know that the things I am going through, beyond being for me, it is also for me to be able to help others. It is now in those moments of your shege promo, somebody will now come and say, sister, this and this and this and this are the things I'm going through, and I'm tired, and I want to, what's that word? I want to curse God, and you're actually going through the same stuff. Like, in fact, worse. Sometimes you're going through what is worse, but you're supposed to still lead this person. You're supposed to still like that. Imagine pastors.
Oh my God.
Pastors.
Like, I mean, they have to come to church and comfort somebody. Like, we were still talking about certain
Pastor Sumbo Adeoye and her husband.
Like,
yes,
the fact that he has to be praying for other people while he's looking for the fruit of the womb, and I'm like, okay, is there no point where it's like, God, what's going on?
His wife was describing it, and she said, because their church is a large church actually, and she said that the man would have to dedicate babies every single month. Like he would carry children, dedicate them to the Lord, pray wholeheartedly. I'm wondering how that prayer is wholehearted.
You know this song?
God, I mean, see, this thing, humanly speaking, you will just praise. Humanly speaking, you will just run mad. If you want to understand it, if you want to comprehend it with your own mind, with your own understanding, it takes a deeper level of understanding, it takes a deeper level of strength that you have built over the years in your faith to be able to stand those times.
Have you ever been through a difficult time and it's looking like you can't really say so much? For example, what if you are like starving? You want, like, you are really
like, you don't even have anything to eat.
And I mean, you can ask people that are around you and you want to go and beg, and certain scriptures are just coming to you. No, you're in abundance, your father is the king, is
the Bible says the young lions may laugh. But those that wait upon the Lord will not lack anything good. I will lend unto the nations, I will not beg. And you don't have money to eat today. How now?
It feels like even looking for solution is like you're negating the scripture.
Exactly.
If you go and negate the scripture, it feels like you're going to be a sinner. And I'm like, God.
Let me share a perfect example. So something happened of recent. I needed money for certain things. When I say they are very, very important. Very, very important. And I was holding back from taking any loan. Like, I don't want to do this. No, really, let's not do this. And I've given myself all that kind of encouragement. But it got to the last minute. When it's the last minute, that means there is no going back. And I felt like, okay, let me do this. Normally, I receive calls of them asking me, please, you can take loans. I'm not doing loan. That very day, I downloaded close to 10 loan apps. None of them were willing to give. None of them. Like, it was just decline. And next thing, we tuned into prayers, we have this fasting and prayer thing in my church. And the next thing I would hear, the man of God said that God said I should tell you that you won't have to take the loan. I will do it for you. And I'm like, You mean to say you saw me when I was looking for all the loan house? And it did not come to you that you're supposed to provide. And that night, I just followed through with the prayer, like, grudgingly, I was just there, like, well, you say you said I should not take loan. Oh, yeah, let me see what you do. And this was around, I think it was like 10:30, 11. Before I slept that night, that money came. And it does not make sense because I didn't have to take it, I didn't have to do anything. So in that moment, when that man of God was saying it didn't make sense to me. I just felt like, okay, is it that God enjoys watching us suffer? He just enjoys, like, the way we watch Netflix, that, oh, God is just looking at you, don't worry, try everything. Because it does its things most times in the last minute, when you've got, let's say, end of the rope, gotten to the end of the rope, and nothing makes sense again, that is when it will show up.
I think it's just God. I mean, then the scripture says that as the heaven is higher than the earth, so it is way. So there are so many things we really don't understand actually. I mean, if it shows up last minute, there is a reason. Most times I used to feel like it's because he wants to take all the glory, and there's still a part of it that is holding back.
That part of taking all the glory, at the end of times when you feel pain, like, God, like,
you want to be using it,
like, why are you trying to show off?
Did you remember the conversation we had a few days ago, and they were talking about life being about God, and like, this life is not really about you, like,
until you get to understand,
it's about his pleasure.
That you are just like an actor in this movie. You don't have anything.
He called
it's
you
about
special.
him.
At least he called you special. He said you should be a part of my plan, but he called you. I mean, if he did not,
it's just like employing somebody as a manager. Like, he's giving you a higher role. It's still my company, but just come and feel yourself. So that's how I feel. That's how we feel.
Still under me.
Actually,
if I decide to sack you today, that's all. Like, so I mean, so if God is giving you a particular leverage, it is because he wants to. So if he's not explaining himself, okay, and if he is explaining himself, so I'm not trying to say that God is wicked and heartless. I mean, all of the things he's doing, you would see that at the end of the day, he's doing it for our own benefit. The things he's working out in us, if he's working out patience in us, it's not to have patience to him actually. It's actually to deal with things in the world. When God is telling you that okay, he pushes you to certain circumstances that you don't have, and there are so many temptations and he's telling you not to go for those temptations. So he's training you. What if you get to that high positions where that decision matters? Like, all of those trainings is not for God really.
At the end of the day, really for us. But I'm just going to say that one thing that helps me in the midst of all of this, that I have seen back to back, that has been consistent in my journalism. The moment we are going through those stuff, God is not less faithful. God is not less of a good father. But the devil would deal so much with us that it takes charge of our mind. It makes us forget all the good things God has done in the past. And we are so mindful of all the times that you've called on God and he has not answered. And that will just like scatter your entire being. You don't want to hear anything again. And trust me, that's what helps me. The moment I just remember, even if it's just a headache that God healed, that's when I will fire up. That's like the end of that process. But if we can keep that in mind, I'm also guilty of it too. I'm saying it is sweet. But if we can keep that thing in mind, that at the end of everything, like, God has done this and this and this and this in the past. Like, if we can, subject our minds to not be so brooding over all the bad things. But the devil, where he specializes in is he will just become the DJ, he'll just be playing it for you one by one. All the bad things that has been happening, he will just be bringing it to your mind. And that way you cannot even remember. It's like DJ now, he will giving you it back to back. You said you just be angry at God. God, did I offend you? People kill me if you want to kill me. But the moment we are able to just carry our face, carry your gaze away briefly, and you just see God, forget it. The devil has lost that battle. Exactly. So that is one thing that helps me to stay sane. But I will not lie. A lot of times I don't even remember these things. It's not so easy. So the last note, what would you say?
So I would say that, shaking will always come.
Constant.
But one thing I think what helps me is the fact that certain routine. Christians of this age, we like things that comes with spontaneity, right? But I think routines help. I mean, surround yourself with the best friends, people that will keep saying the word of God. Like, it might not enter, but condition that environment. You need it. It's that one day, all the things you've been hearing, the day you sit down and think, it will enter. But imagine if I do not condition my environment and I start feeding on that. That's how people get lost. That's how habit starts.
I can imagine if in those moments you have friends, like the kind of friends you have are the people that they are going to suggest certain things to you. They're going to tell you, oh, take this drug, take this, let's go party, or like it's a financial. I mean, you have reasons. This life would make it so beautiful. They will package this thing so well for you that even you will feel like once I do this thing, I will even pay tithe on top. Imagine me trying to look for my school fee and I have tried every single thing, and maybe Portal is closing tomorrow and they've been telling me to come and do this thing to get money, and it's not forthcoming. I mean, what that night, if they just say they are going out, they will not come. It's me that was, please, let me go with you, I need money.
Maybe it has happened to me before, like Portal is closing. My own conclusion that I was just like, oh, if I have a child, I have to take it over. I know that means
that is because you were not around people that
like
would bring down that faith. So it was easy for you to speak that faith. Imagine if you were like there and they've been shouting it in your ear. If by yourself, you'll be the one to call them. Please come and help my life.
This is not easy. It's actually not easy. I mean, it's just serious. It's not easy. If you've
gone
through
of God,
a lot of difficult stuff, you know that.
You know that thing that they used to tell us that, oh, come and taste and see that the Lord is good. It's not like the Lord is bad. It's not like Jesus is not sweet. But please bear in mind that this life is not a smooth journey. Like the Christian life, even the Bible said it, in this life you will have tribulations, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. So that is the confidence, that is the hope. And in all your gettings, this one is not get understanding. Please have the love of God. Hey,
like you can't really understand it, but by the help of the Holy Spirit, you understand it.
Hopefully, we'll be praying for you to understand it. I hope that with these few points of ours, we've been able to give you like not solutions, because this thing doesn't even have a manual in the first
No,
place.
it does not.
It does not have a manual, but we hope we've been able to make you see that we are actually together in this shaggy thing.
Yeah.
And it's not going to stop.
My heart goes to
it's not going to stop. Shaggy is not going to stop. God is just going to. The confidence is that at every point, God is going to see us. And God even said that He will not give us much more than we can handle. And there's this part of the Bible that said that you do not have an intercessor who is ignorant about your feel, because He has actually felt it. You know, Jesus has had his own share of this shaky. So there is nothing that is beyond. They just talk to Him. We don't have a solution. If you came thinking we have a solution to shaky, we don't have.
Even
but we've been able to share our journey with you.
I mean, feel free, is your father. He's not going to change his position because you are questioning him. After all, we just answer you.
Exactly.
Question him if you want to.
Do as you like. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to scream, scream. If you want to question him, question. If you want to.
But I can say categorically that sticking with God is the best of all the solutions to all your destinies. Till the end.
No, not till the end. Till you get to that point where you actually don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Some people actually feel like they have a choice in Shaggy's thing. But for some of us, I don't think I have.
Like, people that do individuality, I have a sense of my own. I can figure this out on my own and everything.
Kudos.
When you start going through the Shaggy,
the Lord
become a slave to whatever you want to become a slave to. Isn't it better to become a slave to God?
I mean, as a church girl, you don't have a choice. Hold on to God. You want to cry in His presence. You know that thing of when they lock you up, you cry, you clean your tears by yourself. When you remember again, you cry. Just stay there. Just me and God are together and start to the end of the road. And God is faithful. The way He's going to show up. It's just that we humans, we are so quick to forget these things. You know, the next Shaggy, you've forgotten how we came through for you the last time. But trust me, for every Shaggy, there is a solution.
We are saying this. I'm sure that there are so many times that I don't remember the things He has.
It's safe to say right now. Anyways, I think we've come to the end of this episode. I hope you've been able to pick one or two things. It was just a very expedient conversation that I felt like we have to have, because this thing is the whole month of January has different people with different shades of shaky. it's been the month of January has been relentless. Different people have been seeing different shade, form, size of shaky, and I just feel like we should share this. It's not like because we are Christians we will not see shaky, but it's just that how we deal
Everybody's
with
been
our
through a
own
lot.
is different. You get, and I hope that you can pick one or two things. Please surround yourself with people that are of your faith. And please know that God, at the end of the day, He might decide not to answer you at that time, but He's going to be there, and His love it does not change. It's not like because you are going through shaky, God has loved you less or anything. It's just who He is. And
The best bet.
like Lizzie said, God is the movie producer of this movie. We're just here playing our role. If we get too tired of it, He can always remove us and impress someone else. So it's not, the world is not about us. This life is not about us. It is about God, and He does it as He wants. So till next time I come your way, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and do whatever it is you're supposed to do with this YouTube.
Yes, please
Support our hustle. I'm a fresher on this YouTube journey. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, mention it to your friends and everything. Till next time I come your way.
Bless you.